I'm your goddess Nesca, here with Trucker Man. We are reacting to politics, apparently.
Galvin Newsom meltdown over Doge.
You want to get us canceled, don't you?
Yeah, why not? At the end of the night, why not?
Yeah.
Setting his eyes on auditing California with Doge, Governor Gavin Newsom is getting nervous.
As it relates
This
to the issues of
guy.
audits, I mean, I was commenting when I was with President Trump. We talked about the high-speed rail, and there was some discussion well before the public presentation on high-speed rail last week around audits. I think we've been audited 100 times there. Happy to see another audit. At a certain point, you have audit.
What is an audit?
Basically, they go through your finances, and that's what Doge is basically doing.
So is he trying to cozy up to Trump because he's been fucking up shit?
There's a high-speed rail project in California that's been going on since 2009. The original was only supposed to cost under $1 billion, and I think in the video it says at $13 billion, and they still haven't finished it.
And they don't know where the money's going, right?
Also, it was years ago when I heard this. Supposedly a person from Japan's high-speed rail, whatever their thing is, came over to try to help them out. Immediately left and went for Africa because it was less corrupt, in his own words.
Oh, so they're like penny pinching and pocketing money. Oh, get this guy out of here. No wonder why California's
What does he mean,
expensive and on
audit fatigue?
fire.
I don't think anybody is getting tired of audits. I think we're getting tired of not seeing any results from these so-called hundreds of audits. As we
Make you big.
Oh yeah, put me back. I'm in the middle of the place.
I forgot some.
You forgot to move me. Yay! I grew up! Yeah!
Alright. But yeah.
had a over $100 billion budget to build this high-speed bullet train, but Newsom has burned through over $13 billion so far with absolutely nothing to show for it. And here he is today.
Okay, so $100 billion to build a high-speed rail. To go from LA to San Francisco, which is like a less than an hour flight.
I'm not very good when it comes to politics, but that does sound very fishy.
Blinking 100 times a minute, trying to convince you asking where that money went is a bad thing. As the more Newsom explains about how they destroyed the budget, the more we know we need additional audits.
Do you think it is appropriate to sign $50 million of spending to fight the Trump administration while also asking the federal government for $40 billion in fire relief?
Yeah, he spent $50 million.
He's trying to get money to cover his ass while California is still in a state of disarray.
Yeah.
He essentially is like, fuck your problems in California. I only care about covering my own ass. That's basically his mindset. This guy's scum.
Fate.
Well, I wouldn't frame the question as you framed it. The state of California, as you know, prepared many, many months ago for a new administration to protect and preserve our policies, our progress.
Yet they couldn't protect against a fire.
And programs that the Trump administration is directly looking to deviate from. This is well-treaded territory. We were involved. I wasn't as governor. I served 2 years under the Trump administration, or with President Trump. Governor Brown served.
Well, okay. He was the governor of California in 2018, so he was.
When he was still in there.
Yeah. So.
When Trump wasn't fully in
his first term.
Yeah, because he trusted other people. Because, like the meme of South Park, don't vote for me, I literally don't know what I'm doing, right?
Yeah.
2 years with President Trump. Over that 4-year period, there were 122 lawsuits. So there was some expectation that many similar efforts from the original Trump term would be replicated in his second term. And the whole point of putting $25 million up to the Department of Justice, our State Department of Justice, was to prepare for that. High-speed rail, perfect example. And in so many ways, we were prescient in that respect in terms of putting those funds up in anticipation of the efforts happening in the second Trump
He
administration.
does not know what he is saying right now.
Yeah,
That is word salad of I've ever heard it.
Oh wow, I think I actually got my face to mimic what I'm doing.
That happened in the first Trump administration. As it relates to the additional $25 million, that is not specific to Trump. It's about protecting people's rights. It's about getting people to get the kind of private support they need from nonprofits and other local organizations to address their anxieties and fears. And that was done in council and partnership with the legislature. Now,
And I don't think he's outright saying it, but I believe he's saying 25 million of our tax dollars had to go to protecting his sanctuary cities from Trump's ICE. And after the
Oh, that's bullshit too.
Yeah.
Yes, let's protect the criminals invading our country.
whole fiasco of creating a $30 billion deficit with $10 billion of that being spent on healthcare for non-citizens, we really gotta ask ourselves if we even want Trump.
This is a state 5 years ago had a surplus, with bragging because they had a surplus.
Yes, just hand out all of our stuff to people who don't even legally live here.
Bailing out the state, as they may say it's
They
for
don't pay
wildfire
taxes.
relief, but I wouldn't be surprised if that additional $40 billion just conveniently disappeared as well, while they desperately try to secure their next voter base. As when he's not vetoing the audits of where all that homeless spending went, instead of wildfire response, he's too busy setting up a new website where citizens can send them messages.
So the whole idea of this platform is to create
He's making his own website.
Man, if anyone wants to complain about America being bad, complain about it because of the corruption. The fact that it's prioritizing random people who shouldn't even be here in the first place over people who actually need help, that are citizens, that do pay taxes and stuff like that. There's the problem.
additional opportunities for you to directly engage, to hold government accountable, to make sure that your ideas are actionable and that we are responding in real time. The idea is to find consensus, both in in-person opportunities, but also creating this new platform to create online opportunities on reimagining the future of your community, focusing on public safety, wildfire safety, to make sure we rebuild with more resilience.
Wow, it's like,
the online
look how nice
participation
it is, all
platform
these
is engaged.ca.
EngageCalifornia.gov. Basically, they made their own complaint department that's probably gonna get deleted. It's like how I gotta take surveys at work that I refuse to answer because you gotta put your own employee number in.
.gov. We hope you could participate.
So, you're not allowed to complain because you have to actually.
Do stuff.
It's not. So, seriously, at your work, you have to put your information on in there if you.
Use your employee ID number.
That's the same thing.
Yeah.
So you get outed for having opinions.
A lot of guys put their own personal opinions on it, though, but I just refuse to do it out of principle.
Okay.
That just sounds like Twitter with extra steps, as he posted this video on X, where we could just as easily respond directly to this tweet, wasting $0 extra on building a website that actually has reduced transparency as Newsom controls it. But again, this is just the same Democrat mismanagement we've seen absolutely every single step of the way, when Californians just want accountability, but the politicians are too busy blocking audits, building meaningless websites, and shooting B-roll, all while crying they're fatigued from all the nothing they're accomplishing. Oh, I'm sorry, they're not accomplishing nothing. They're busy mysteriously turning six-figure salaries into multi-million-dollar net worths. And as I said before, they're just using the wildfires to grift for more
There's actually, I think it's a Twitter account that actually just follows Nancy Pelosi's investments. That's all it does.
And?
All you gotta do is just buy her investments and make money.
Oh, so copy what she's doing and you can make money because she's rigging the game.
Yep.
Of course.
I think they try to take it down, too.
taxpayer cash, as they have absolutely no plans on fixing the issues.
Nobody's buying it. This person, Karen Bass, is a total disaster. And every time that you think it gets as bad as it could, she makes it worse. I mean, just look at what she's done this week, Griff. So she starts off by saying that rebuilding and getting back into your homes could take 5 years after she promised.
5 years to rebuild your home. I understand, like, if a tornado blew through this house right now, it might take us... It's going to take us a while. It should not take 5 years.
It really should.
And what are you going to do in the 5 years while you're sitting there trying to wait?
Where's the money going to rebuild?
Well, not only that.
Why is it taking so long?
What are you going to do in the meantime?
You're wasting all your money on a hotel. You better hope you have some family or friends or something that lives somewhere else.
A lot of people are probably going to have to end up just selling the land because there's no way.
If you can sell the land.
President Trump to his face that she would clear away all the obstacles. Then she launches an investigation into herself about why she went to Ghana. And then she tries to shift the blame, as you say, by getting rid of her fire chief. I mean, this person is a classic machine politician, clinging to power, not taking responsibility. And by the way, let's not have a huge amount of sympathy for the fire chief. It's true that those firefighters should have been on duty. I see people running around, Rick Caruso, for example, saying that, oh, the brave fire chief who stood up to Karen Bass. No, the fire chief was a disaster as well. And you can...
The corruption's all the way down, but if you're the lower rung of the totem pole, you get axed for the scapegoaties.
Yep.
When things go bad for you.
Pretty much.
Add to that, the empty reservoir lady, who on $750,000 a year, by the way, she's a disaster too. All three of them.
Wait a minute. What the fuck do these people do for $750,000?
Nothing.
Which I know in California that'd be equivalent to, my paycheck, but still.
If they had any integrity, any honor at all, should have resigned already for their role in this absolute disaster.
As a Los Angeles mayor is also too preoccupied with providing sanctuary in her city. It's gotta be the biggest slap in the face to all the residents of Los Angeles that lost their homes, where they just realized all their tax dollars went to paying other people's health care so much that they couldn't provide fire trucks or even water in the fire hydrants. And now, with the rebuild being 5 years out, your mayor is more focused on fighting Trump and ICE than trying to fix your house.
That right there is what pisses me off. They are trying to change the perception of things to focus on Trump, who is not doing anything wrong, who's actually doing things to benefit the country. But they're like, hey, look, man racist over there. Go look over there. Don't look at all the bullshit going on over here. And just wasting more time, more money, and just making everything horrible for everyone.
Somehow, this still keeps getting worse, as Governor Newsom
Guess who's back?
Oh,
termed out, and the Democrat frontrunner for governor is Kamala Harris.
Oh, yeah, she's running for governor in California because Newsom's term limited out.
Goes through your mind when you see this,
I'm trying to... What would be the lesser of two evils? Kamala or... What was the other guy's name?
Newsom. Well, let her talk. Let's let her cook.
Here, you're now seeing it up close.
Engaging.
It's not only seeing it, Alex, you can smell it. You can feel it, right? So it's seeing it with our eyes, and many people have seen it. You all are covering it. But to literally be on the ground here, you can smell the smoke that was here. You can feel the toxicity, frankly, of the environment. You can feel the energy of all of the folks who are still here on the ground.
What are you saying?
We came this close. We
were not that close.
I know.
Trump won in a landslide.
I'm just
What
saying.
are you saying? I feel the energy of all the poor people who lost their homes. They're so devastated. Everything's horrible. I smell the fires. There's probably some corpses in there, but I'm not gonna talk about that.
I'm smelling some bullshit is what I'm smelling.
Yeah. Can you see what the
If
rock's
being able to
cooking?
see and smell the fires is enough for her to get elected in California, the residents deserve absolutely everything coming to them. But honestly, I think things are getting so bad that even deep blue cities like Los Angeles and crime-ridden San Francisco are getting red-pilled to the effects of unilateral Democrat leadership over several decades. And hopefully they'll finally call for accountability, demand these doge audits in California, and if there's a criminal element to where that money went, we deserve to know. And no amount of nervous politicians crying about fatigue should be reason to stop Doge from sinking their teeth into this mess. But if you appreciate my concise, lighthearted commentary on the tragic status that is today's reality, hopefully
But, okay, so, final thoughts. Stop voting for corrupt assholes. I don't care if they're red or blue. It doesn't matter what fucking politics they are aligned with. What matters is the content of their character. Are they actually going to work for you? That's the whole thing right there.
Are they working for themselves?
Exactly. Well, thank you for joining us tonight. Bye.